Hello and welcome to Celestial Matchmaking. My name's Marina and I'll be your matchmaker today. How are you feeling? Oh, no need to feel nervous. I'm here to help you find your perfect match and you're in really good hands. As you may or may not know, Celestial Matchmaking is an award-winning personalised dating service and matchmaking agency in London. We've been around for over 10 years, so please just sit back and know that you're giving yourself the best chance of meeting your ideal match. So today is our first consultation, which is essentially an informal meeting, so please don't get too stressed about it at all. It's totally informal, where we can get to know each other better. So I'll speak to you about, first of all, the way in which we work as an agency, and then I'll ask you some questions about yourself and speak to you kind of more about what you're looking for in a partner. How does that sound so far? Great. So let me talk to you a bit about the match process here. So essentially we're at the beginning, so as I mentioned, we're at the first consultation. So here I'll get to know you a bit, build your profile and find what you're looking for. After our meeting today, we'll work on the preparation for you. So once you've answered what you like, and I kind of create a profile for you so that I can match you against someone I think that would be perfect in our database. I'm not just going to send you off and pack you up on a date, no way. So we're going to make sure that you're full of confidence. So this will involve a shopping trip and a styling session one of our in-house stylists, and you'll also have a coaching session with myself as well, just to make sure you're prepared and you feel as confident as possible. You'll also get a relaxed photo shoot with our amazing photographers. The photos are going to help us make a lovely profile for you, and that's never going to go online. It will just be for us when we're making matches. So that's the preparation stage, and then the final stage is where you can start dating. So we will handpick your dates based on everything we've discussed up to this point, and we will introduce you to someone new once a month on average for 6 months, or until you meet someone you want to stick with, so whichever is sooner. Does that all make sense, or do you have any questions? Perfect, so just let me know at any point if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. So if you're ready, let's get started with the questionnaire. Great, so I'm just going to start by taking a few details about yourself, and then we'll delve into a bit more deeper questions. So could I just start by taking your first name, please? And last name? And what's your age? Perfect. And what's your birthday? Thank you. And could I have a phone number just in case I needed to contact you anytime? Great. And your email address, please? And then in terms of your mailing address, could I just start by taking your street name? Yep. And what's that city for that? Perfect. And your postcode, please? Great. Thank you. And just before we start, can I ask, how did you hear about us? Great, thank you very much. Now, just going to start by asking you a few questions about your physical appearance. So first of all, do you know what your height is? Fantastic, thank you. And your hair colour, I would say, is sort of blondish brown. Yeah, you agree with that? Yeah. If you have any others, let me know. It's, you can describe hair in like the colour of your hair in so many different ways sometimes, so I I prefer to put something that you like, of course, and then your eye colour and look. Okay, perfect. Great. And then how would you describe your body type? So would you say you're thin, average, athletic, curvy, or anything else? Sure, thank you very much. And then are you physically active? So do you participate in any sports or physical activities? If so, how often? Just have as much as you can. Okay. Yeah. Great, thank you. And do you have any dietary restrictions? Okay. And do you have any tattoos or piercings? And what would you consider your most valuable attribute? Sure. And what do you like to do in your spare time? Great, thank you. Now I'd like to ask you some questions about your education and employment. So would you be able to tell me the name of the schools or colleges that you attended, and the year you graduated? Okay, thank you very much. And do you have any other relevant degrees? And then can you tell me what is your profession and then sort of a brief description? Thank you. Fantastic, thank you. And who is your employer and what's like your professional title? Oh, lovely. And how long have you worked there? Fantastic. And where did you work before? Thank you. So now I want to delve a bit deeper into your background and values. So what ethnicities best describe you? Sure. And what's your marital status? Are you never married, separated, divorced, widow or widower? Thank you. And do you have any siblings? And if so, how many and what number child are you? Okay. And where did you grow up? And what are some of your favourite places? And what countries have you visited? Wow. And do you speak any other languages? Do you have citizenship in any other country? And are your parents still married? Okay. Could you describe your relationship with your mother? And then what about the relationship with your father? And what do your mother and father do for a living? And do you have children currently? And do you want children? And then how important is giving birth to your own children on a scale of 1 to 10? So 1 being not that important and 10 being super important. And would you describe yourself as a religious or spiritual person? Sure. And could you describe your political views? And do you have more male or female friends? And how often do you drink? And what's your drink of choice? Do you smoke? Do you have pets, or are you open to having pets? And if so, sort of what kind? Okay. Now I want to ask a few questions to get a bit more understanding about you. So, for a first date, do you prefer drinks or dinner? And can you describe your last relationship? Okay. And what's your greatest accomplishment in life? Sure. And what are 5 things you can't live without? And can you explain why that is? And can you share an embarrassing moment from your life if you feel comfortable to do so, of course? Thank you so much for sharing. I know sometimes that isn't easy, but I appreciate your openness to do this. And what is your favourite book and why? Okay. And what is your favourite movie or TV show and why? And If you could have a dinner party with any 5 people, living or dead, who would you invite and why? Okay. And what's your most treasured memory? And would you say that you eat to live or live to eat? And if you could be in any country, which one would you be in and why? In the romance department, where do you see yourself in 3 years? Okay, great. So now I want to get to know your ideal sort of match. So typically, what is your type? And what is your dating age range? So from youngest to oldest. And how important is your match's height? So you can be as specific as possible. And what about ethnicity? Religion? And are you open to embracing a different religion? What about their level of education? And for the marital status, would you prefer someone who's never married, divorced, widow, widower, or you don't have a preference? If there's anything I need to kind of draw a line across? No? Okay. And what about their smoking habits? Would you be okay if they smoke, so occasionally, regularly, or you just don't want anyone who smokes? Okay. And then how about their alcohol? Would you be open to meeting someone who regularly drinks, socially drinks, moderately drinks, or never drinks, or no preference there? Sure. And do you have any occupational preferences? And do you have a preference for where they live? Do you care if your partner already has children? And what are the top 3 attributes you must have in a lifetime partner? And what activities might you enjoy doing with your match? And do you have any concerns or questions about your partner's marital or family history? Sure. And do you have any other comments or preferences? Great, thank you so much. So those are all the questions I had for you. So now what I'll do is I'll review these and suggest a match we have in our database within the next 2 weeks. In the meantime, I'll get our in-house stylist to contact you for your shopping trip, as I mentioned, and a styling session, so that'll be sort of in the next week or so. And then we can organise a photo shoot from there. I just wanted to ask, do you have any questions at this point? Okay, fantastic. Well, it was so lovely meeting you today, and I will be in touch very shortly. Take care for now. Bye bye.